What are the benefits for you if you learn Latin? There are quite a few. I'm going to talk with you about that today. We all know that Latin is the language of the Roman Empire, and people say often it's been dead for a long time, which isn't exactly true. We're not going to get into that argument. But why should you learn it? Why would you learn it? Well, there are several different reasons that will enrich your life and make you a better person. I want to share that with you now. 1. The fundamentals of the game. What do I mean by that? Latin is not just a language that you speak or read. It's a whole system of grammar that's been solidified, almost fossilized. It teaches you the fundamentals of learning other subjects, because the rules of Latin are so specific to learning and acquiring other forms of knowledge that by learning it, you are better equipped to learn other things. It does not make you smarter. It makes you more efficient. It does not make you clever. It makes you able to understand things that are clever. Latin makes you more measured and able to absorb information faster, because it gives you tools for acquiring information. Language acquisition. And what is language acquisition? It's different modes of thinking, opening you up to create formulas and interpreting different meanings of different words. 2. Objectivity in driving another language. So English is composed of 2 dominant strains because of the Norman French that were planted on top of it, who spoke French and carried lots of Latin into present-day England, who at that time were speaking a Saxon, a language close to Frisian and Dutch, which is Germanic. And so these 2 strains are very different. And often we have so many words, like stool and chair. Stool is from Germanic, chair is from French. We have so many words which have 2 registers. And if you understand both, you can deploy each according to your will. You can choose or pick. You can select. You can see light or illumination. You know the difference then between liberty and freedom, which are 2 different concepts, because of how Latin works compared to those Germanic roots. And that enables you to have a bit more knowledge, and knowledge is power, especially when speaking your own language, knowing how it works. Because by studying the grammar of a language, even if it's not used today, it enables you to see the grammar of your language today, and to have access into more efficient modes of using it. You can utilize and manipulate rather than turn around. It's such a part of the English language. Just look at the preamble to the American Constitution here. And then I want to take out all the Latin words and just show you how much Latin is in English every day. There's almost nothing left. There's just very basic words. So learning Latin gives you much understanding of English itself. About 50% of English, be it through Latin itself, or Italian, or French, or even recently Spanish, comes from a Latin root. Knowing Latin is going to give you a huge head start, a leap forward in English that other people are not going to have. This is a global language. People all over the world are wanting to learn it, and if you can speak it far better than other people, you have an advantage. Advantage comes from avant in French, which came from ebante in Latin, which means in front of. Learning Latin puts you in front of the pack with that advantage. Of course, it also gives you access to other Romance languages, not just further depth into your own English language. French, Romanian, Italian, Romansh, Catalan, Spanish, Portuguese, Sardinian, all these languages are based on Latin. If you know Latin, you can pretty much read these today with a bit of trouble, but you'll get there. Learning a language is not easy. It takes commitment, and that's another thing that Latin gives you. It teaches you how to stay committed to learning languages. Just a side note off of the learning languages bit, German is up to 20% Latin. Polish, the Polish people chose to remain Catholic rather than switch to the Eastern Orthodox faith. So you're looking at upwards of 15% or more of Polish today comes from Latin, and lots of Croatian and Czech. So you don't just get access into the Latin-based Romance languages. You get lots of foothold into German, Polish, and Czech just by having Latin. And also languages like Welsh. The Britons were ruled by Rome for 400 years, and their language emerged out of a fusion between British and Vulgar Latin. So you get words like pont, bridge comes from that Latin, braich is Latin, piscoden for fish comes from pisca in Latin. A lot of words. Being the lingua franca of one of the world's largest empires for like 1,000 years, this is going to give you lots of tools. And speaking of those tools and histories, that brings us to the next reason, wisdom. There's lots and lots of things which were written, which still have not been translated because so much was written in Latin regarding learning, philosophy, music, even studies of language and grammar itself, which have not even still today been translated into other languages. And even for those things that have been, to truly get a grasp on what the original intent and meaning was, reading something in its original text and language is far more Of course, regarding that wisdom, language is not just about information, but formation. How that language structures things. Latin is a very precise language because of how it changed after the Roman Empire into the language of study. Learning Latin gives you precision. It gives you order, structure. It gives you measurement of language when accumulating new forms. And it teaches you the etymologies of words broken into different bits that were used by different languages to form new words out of pieces of Latin, so you can discern roots much quicker. Also, Latin teaches you how to talk like a supervillain. This was the evil empire, and this was the language of assassinations in the Senate and amassing legions to destroy your enemies and enslave entire countries. So, if you want to be Dr. Evil, learn Latin. And it gives you career preparation that you wouldn't expect. The Prif Weinidog, that's the leader of Wales, my country, studied Latin. So, he basically is in charge of a country, and he had studied that. President Bill Clinton studied Latin. This is a very good subject to learn if you want to be in a position or a profession which requires abstract thought and long-term strategies. It's the language of supervillains. Hey, well, diolch am wylio, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this video useful, and hey, hit that like button if you did, and we'll see you in the next episode.